morning, this is Moto Dev Cam, how you doing? Right, I've just realised on the screen that we've got some shocking reflections, so let me just move all that reflective stuff. There we go, good as new. So, the keen-eyed amongst you will notice that this is a van, this is not a bike, so apologies, it's too rubbish. So you join me on a little drive towards Dunster for a job of work, and I've just come out of Simmons Bath on Exmoor. It's absolutely glorious weather, as you can see. It's foggy and raining and miserable and really just generally not very nice. So it's Wednesday morning. Yesterday I had my first episode, I don't know if you can call it episode, I had my first session, that's it, session of RoSPA for the motorbike. So it's North Devon RoSPA. It's a good group of people. It was very, very, very busy, which is great. Held in Barnstaple, and it was good. It was a good first session. So it was basically the introduction. The guy kind of stood at the front and said, "Oh, RoSPA, this is what's going to happen." And it's basically, if you don't know what it is, it's a safe rider course basically. RoSPA is a charity basically about prevention of accidents. It stands for something 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 prevention of accidents. That's all I know. And there's a series of 5 lectures initially, which sadly I'm going to miss the second one next week. And then you go out and do assessed riding. So every Tuesday you kind of go somewhere with an observer and shooter behind you. I assume you're on some kind of comms or something. They give you a few pointers and all the rest of it, and then on the way back they ride in front and do a demonstration ride, and then that's every Tuesday. Every Sunday they do a bit of a ride out somewhere, and then they've got bigger ride outs and socials and stuff. I'm not a big fan of all the social and the club side. I'm not anti-social. I don't know. Clubs kind of worry me a little bit. It's not my thing. But it will certainly be really good to get out and then ride. I don't have any friends down here that ride, so I never go out with people. So it'll be great to kind of learn some skills and get out and you know, get out on the bike and have an excuse to go and do that. So very much looking forward to that. It's all based around the police rider's manual, the roadcraft manual. So they basically give you a presentation every week based on 2 chapters. So the presentation yesterday was just the first chapter, the welcome chapter, which was just about your head, I think, really. It was about attitudes and what makes a safe rider and everything. So obviously the lectures might be a little bit dull, little tiny bit dull, but there's going to be lots of learning, and hopefully it's going to make me a safer and more confident rider. There's a bit of an embarrassing moment where they wanted to hear from all the new people and why they wanted to do the course. And for me, it's because I've only been riding, what, less than 2 years, and I don't have the skills. I'm still really wet behind my ears. I'm still nervous when I ride. I'm not relaxed, and I want to be those things, you know. I want to be relaxed, I don't want to be nervous, I want to be confident. Now, I'm not talking about relaxing and nonchalance, I'm talking about relaxing and enjoying. And I'm not talking about confidence and cockiness, I just mean confidence in my own ability with a realistic understanding of that. Whereas, yeah, at the moment, I even get nervous when I'm stopping and putting the bike on the side stand. Just because I dropped it in the garage once, and ever since then it stresses me out. But it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll hopefully do a few vlogs on the subject at a later date. I'll also, if I get round to it, there's a Drift HD, or is it a Drift Ghost? I can't remember. It's about 130 quid. You can plug a microphone in and everything. So I might go down that road. I think now all the 4K stuff's out, all the standard HD stuff is a lot cheaper. Bear with me while I have a sip of coffee. Lovely. So I'll do that. I've got a little cheapy GoPro, but just trying to find the mounts for it to go on the helmet's a pain, and it's a bit Heath Robinson. You've got to end up with to do a chin mount or something, you've got to have this scaffolding going in all different angles to try and get the angle that you need, and it's not easy. So a drift that I can kind of stick with a bit of Velcro to the side of the lid would be quite good. So looking forward to that. And I think that's about it from a vloggage update for you. Enjoying the new bike. Haven't been out that much on it recently because of the weather. I'm working. Sadly, I'm working this weekend. And as you can maybe see from the video, there's still snow about up here down the Exmoor. So on the high ground, it's still pretty rough. Obviously, last weekend we had the horrendous snow, so there was no chance I was going out. Saturday, sorry, was a really sunny day here. It was absolutely glorious, but there was still loads of ice on the road. I jumped in the van to do a quick recce and see what the road was holding, but it just wasn't very nice. The main roads are okay, but the roundabouts looked salty and damp and sticky and glistening. And I thought, no, stop that. I'll just wait. Updates on the bike then. I've got my new MRA touring screen all connected up now, so that's great. Looking forward to getting out on that. I haven't tested it out on the road yet, but I had one on the Phaser, if you remember from the photos and the videos and stuff from before. And that always worked really well, so I'm looking forward to that. And also I've got my new crash bars. I say crash bars, they're not really for if I crash, because if I send the bike down the road, I'm not really going to be too worried about the bike. I'm going to be more worried about the fact that I've just sent myself down the road. But it's more for if I do something stupid and drop the bike, which I've only done once. Like I said, I did it in my garage. I was moving the bike, and the side stand pinged up, and I didn't realise. Well, I did realise, but once the bike was just past the point of no return, and it fell on me, pinned me up against the wall on the bookcase, and I was trapped under the bike, dazed and confused, and broke part of the peg as well. Broke part of the gear lever peg, which is a pain. Right, anyway, I'm waffling now. One little point as well. Obviously, I haven't got much in the way of video content out. I don't really know what I want to do when it comes to all this vloggage. I just don't have the time to sit and edit and mess about. So this is going to be an unedited video now that I'm just going to stick out directly from my phone. I'm recording on my phone, and it's tucked into a visor at the moment, my sun visor. Oh, look at that. Exford. Speak to a local and they'll tell me it's a lovely little village. This would be a nice place to ride the bike out to, actually. Really good. Unless you get stuck behind the Tesco van, which is not so good. Anyway, what was this? Ah, it's horses, that's why. It's poppos. Here are the poppos. Right, where was I? What was I talking about? Vloggage, that was it. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with the channel, such as it is. It would be nice to, get the camera on the helmet and do some, but it's just the time and effort to do editing. I haven't found any decent editing software. The ones that I've tried are rubbish, and I just don't get on with them. My favourite one was Windows Movie Maker. That was great. All my original videos are Windows Movie Maker. I cycled Land's End to John O'Groats a few years ago. I did an entire video of that with Windows Movie Maker, and it worked really well. It was great. But you can't get it anymore. It doesn't work on Windows 10, and I just want something simple. I'm not going to be doing any Stanley Kubricks or anything. So yeah, see, lack of editing, there's going to be gaps, so I'm sorry about that. So I'll wrap it up. Let me know, anybody that's actually watched this video, let me know what you want, what you think I should be doing. Any advice, that would be great. Any advice on editing software would be good. Something simple, not expensive. I don't want to do loads of fancy stuff, just to be able to edit out the gaps of me being stupid like that I haven't been able to do. Maybe put some tunes behind it or whatever. Just simple. And that would be great. any advice like that would be wonderful. Any advice on cheap cameras? Any advice on this £130 drift ghost camera? If it's rubbish or not, let me know. And that would be me. Now, I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to stop. Let's stop the camera now. Ah, there we go. Look, as if by magic. Oh no, that's somebody's drive. Okay. We'll park there. So, I will leave the video here and chop myself off in a minute. Thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe if you want to subscribe to my one video a year. Hit like and please comment. And don't forget you can find me on Twitter at MotoDevCam. I'm fairly active on Twitter, so you'll get me there most of the time. And that's it from me. Bienvenue, mange tout. Cheers.